Hey, welcome back. Keeping them honest tonight. A thread that really all parents need to know about. Colorado health officials are investigating 3 deaths to determine if they're tied to a batch of synthetic marijuana that sent close to 150 people to the hospital. It's not an isolated problem either. Synthetic designer drugs are flooding into the United States, mostly from China, and they're being sold to younger and younger teenagers. The highs they deliver can be very, very potent, dangerously so. They cause psychotic reactions, kidney failures, some suicides. Law enforcement, though, is having a tough time just keeping ahead of the chemistry involved. Our investigative correspondent Drew Griffin recently went along on a major raid and was able to show just how easy it could be for your teen to buy and use synthetic drugs.
To Fox 10 News continuing coverage of spice use in our area. We're taking a closer look at what a Mobile physician calls a major uptick in severe reactions to smoking spice, also known as synthetic marijuana.
At least a dozen people rushed to the hospital for the second weekend in a row in a wave of drug sickness that hits the East Village.
I know you're thinking, wait, isn't spice just weed? How bad can it be? As it turns out, spice is the second most commonly used and abused drug among high school aged youth. The first one is marijuana. Because marijuana is so popular and is now becoming legal in many states, spice and K2 may become an easier and cheaper alternative high. With marijuana and spice so abundantly available, what do you need to know about spice to keep yourself safe? Synthetic marijuana, so the spice, is part of a group of drugs called new psychoactive substances. Spice first appeared in Europe in 2004 and in the US in 2008. Other street names are K2 and Gorilla Dropopo. Chemicals used to make synthetic marijuana were created for experimental purposes decades ago. In 2010, the DEA used emergency powers to control these chemicals. In 2012, a law was passed banning the substances found in synthetic marijuana. Underground chemists then developed new experimental drugs called UR-144 and XLR-11 that mimic the effects of marijuana. In 2013, UR-144 and XLR-11 were made illegal, but by that time a new generation of synthetic marijuana had surfaced. Studies show they are toxic and unsafe. There are more than 100 different varieties of synthetic marijuana. The chemical content is constantly changing, so buyers never know what the effects the drug will have on the body or what drugs are included in what they are buying.
Someone on spice can experience symptoms and side effects, such as euphoria, mental addiction, vomiting, nausea, accelerated heart rate and blood pressure, kidney damage, aggressive type reactions, and violence. The psychotic effects include extreme anxiety, confusion, paranoia, and hallucinations.
Spice has been in the news. One of the headlines reads, 33 suspected of overdosing on synthetic marijuana in Brooklyn. The news story. The locals described K2 users as zombies because they walk around staggering and looking lost. Most of them can't even stand up straight. July of 2016, in the New York neighborhoods Bedford and Bushwick, emergency workers transported people who were suspected of overdosing on K2 to local hospitals. K2 has been around for many years, but the usage and popularity with homeless people has caused health officials to warn of a public health crisis. A second example, cluster of Texas ER visits from K2 synthetic marijuana. In May of 2014, Dallas police said that 40 people in a 48-hour period overdosed on synthetic marijuana. The ER at Baylor University Medical Center and Parkland Hospital saw 30 patients on a Thursday. Dr. James Etienne, an ER doctor at Baylor, was quoted as saying, "Several of them came in with similar symptoms of psychosis, altered mental state, abnormal behavior, and ranged from very sedated to very agitated."
Risk reduction. If you're making a choice to use marijuana, how can you be sure you're not getting this dangerous and unpredictable synthetic? First off, manufacturers sell these products in colorful foil packages and plastic bottles to attract consumers. Real marijuana is not sold in foil colorful packages or bottles. They market these products under a wide variety of specific brand names. Hundreds of brands now exist, including K2, Spice, Joker, Black Mamba, Kush, and Chronic. What does it look like and what does it smell? Using your senses should be your first line of defense to know if you're getting synthetic marijuana or real marijuana. Real marijuana is always sold as whole, fresh buds. Spice is sold in small packages. It looks like ground up grass and plant material. Synthetic cannabis is usually made out of different plants and it resembles potpourri. It looks like a mix of more than one kind of plant. Don't buy this kind. More than likely, it will be fake. Real fresh cannabis is dank and it has a unique color and smell. It usually smells like skunk. Synthetic cannabis cannot replicate the smell of real cannabis. Spice K2 is described to have somewhat strange aroma with strong chemical undertones combined with plant matter. If you come across any of this, please do not buy it. Today you learned a lot about synthetic marijuana, also known as K2, and the risk associated. How might you react if you were offered K2? How can you use these new skills in the future?